So apparently my thing hadn't been stereo, and the only thing had been coming out of one side of the speaker. So now it should be coming out of both, which is good. It's good. But I was watching a video by Bishop Barron, and it was about atheism and about how an atheist director said that creativity is only a distraction to distract people from the truth that life is meaningless, that we're all going to die, nothing we do matters, that every 100 years a new generation of people come, and what the last generation did didn't really matter. And who the last generation was didn't really matter. Who you are doesn't matter, because there's just going to be a new generation, and they're just going to live, and more war, and everything else. He said that art and creativity is only a distraction, and he said, thank goodness there are better people at art than me, because they create bigger and grander distractions. Bishop Barron then brought up this really good point that wasn't true. He said that art should be used to glorify the creator, that our art isn't meaningless, that what we do isn't meaningless, that our art should actually glorify God, and that what we do should glorify God, that all the creativity in us should be projected to glorify the greatness of God. I highly agree with Bishop Barron here. Everything we do should be to glorify God, should be to glorify who He is. We should offer up everything we do to God. St. John Vicini once said, anything we do without offering it to God is wasted. What does that mean? What does offering up to God mean? Well, it can mean many things. There's like a lot of things of self-interpretation. But I want to give you what it should mean. Or at least what it should kind of push, or at least my thoughts on it. How about that? Well, my thoughts on it. When we make something, or when we're trying to be creative, or when we're writing something, or painting, drawing, whatever, we should sit down and we should ask ourselves, how does this glorify God? How, in some way, does my art glorify God in His greatness? How does it shine onto Him and not onto me? Because the point is that when we stop looking into ourselves, and when we start offering everything we do, from creativity to sports to cooking, when we look out towards God and away from ourselves, it's an opportunity to grow in holiness. And we always want to grow in holiness. Every opportunity to grow in holiness we should do. That's why we should offer everything up to God. Because when we offer everything to God, we try our very best. We make ourselves, and we want to do our very best. So when we do our very best, it helps us glorify God. But there's spiritual impact, because it helps us grow in holiness. It helps with our virtues. Because let's say we're on a sport and we're getting angry. Well, us trying to glorify God with how we play in a sport can help us calm our anger. Can help us calm our impatience. Or let's say we're trying to glorify God with art. And we're not trying our hardest. Well, when we try our hardest, we can take off that sin of sloth and try our very best. So in summary, when we offer everything up to God, we try our very best. Not only does it improve how we do, but it also has deep spiritual impacts. It helps us grow in holiness. So everything we do should be to glorify and be offered up to God. This is a shorter video than usual. I want to make more unscripted videos because I feel like I try to incorporate too much, or there's this and that, and by going off my head, I can sort of stay more on the topic. But anyway, thank you for watching. This is this week's video. As I said, I'm trying to upload weekly. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to try and do a longer response video, see how I can get that in. I'm going back to school soon. So I don't know, it's going to be harder to get videos out because I'm starting up sports again. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please say 3 Hail Marys for those in Purgatory. And I'll see you next video, guys. God bless.